Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. It is Friday, December 19th, and in today's video, we're going to be checking out PrizePicks and going over the best plays, building out a slip for tonight's 5-game NBA slate. But before we jump into the plays for tonight, I am going to ask you guys to do a couple things. If you could, please, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. That would be amazing. I would greatly appreciate it. It really helps out the channel. If you could also throw a like on this video, that would be amazing. And then turn on that notification bell. So whenever I post content like this and I give out slips, you guys get notified first and you can get the slips locked in before the plays get bumped or removed. I post daily pick videos for NBA every single day. That's obviously what daily means. So if you guys want to follow along, get some free plays, some free education as well, please hit that subscribe button. Results from yesterday's video. We ended up going 3 for 4 in our 6-pick flex, and I know that sounds funny, but Kyle Kuzma DNP'd and Asor Thompson got ejected. So he was at 4 RA midway through the second quarter when he got ejected, so I think he would have cleared this line comfortably, but regardless, he got rebooted. So the 4 plays that actually ended up playing and finishing, we had Fears under 19 PRA, which hit, Wemby under 14 RA, which hit, Banchero over 26.5 points and assists, which hit, and then Lou Dort over threes. Unfortunately, only played 18 minutes. He shot 0 of 5 from 3. So the volume, the opportunity was there, but just couldn't knock down any shots. So we ended up 1.5 timesing our money with yesterday's video. We'll take it. It is profit. Can't complain about profit when you're betting on sports. Obviously, we wanted to try to 25 times our money, and that's what we'll do tonight. We'll build out a 6-flex slip on PrizePicks, and hopefully we'll have some Friday night magic. Besides that, guys, if you don't follow me on Twitter, I post a bunch of free plays throughout the day. I had a really good day yesterday on Twitter. College basketball, I tweeted a free under on FanDuel, which hit, a ladder over on Rebet. I posted an over for a college basketball game, which hit, and the whole entire ladder hit. So a lot of people tailed that as well. So we crushed Rebet. And then I also do these daily live streams over on Twitch. And yesterday on Twitch, I gave this slip out. I went live at 6 o'clock last night. We built this slip at 6:40. So while I was live on stream, I turned $50 into $500. So really good day yesterday for myself. Hopefully some of you are returning from the video, or maybe you follow me on Twitter, or you were in the live stream and you made some money with me yesterday. So really good day on Thursday. Hopefully we can do the same tonight. Again, we have a 5-game NBA slate, so let's go ahead and jump in. We have the Celtics hosting the Heat. 6.5-point favorites are the Celts at home. We have the 76ers on a back-to-back, the Knicks on a back-to-back hosting the 76ers. 4.5-point favorites at home are the Knicks. Do we think Brunson gets a night off? I mean, after being the Cup MVP, the game winner last night against the Pacers, I did say on stream, I think this could be a letdown spot for the Knicks, and the Pacers money line wouldn't be surprised, and they were this close. So, Knicks at home, again, 76ers, 4.5-point favorites. Interested to see who actually plays, because they did have quite a few guys out last night. Hart sat, Robinson sat, and Cat sat. So we'll have to see who they actually have for tonight. We have the Hawks hosting the Spurs. Spurs, 2.5-point favorites on the road. We have the Cavs and the Bulls playing again. Cavs at home, 7.5-point favorites. And then we have the Thunder on a back-to-back, traveling to play the Timberwolves. They are 7.5-point favorites. Road favorites are the Thunder. So in terms of significant injuries for tonight, I don't think the Heat's injury report or the Knicks injury report is currently accurate. Obviously, Embiid is questionable. Who knows with that guy anymore? Anthony Edwards missed the last 3 games, so we'll see if he can go tonight against the Thunder. He's a gamer, so I would expect him to try to play against the best team in the NBA. And then for the Cavs, Donovan Mitchell is sick right now, so we'll see if he misses tonight against Chicago. I think the Knicks, Hart, Mitchell Robinson, and Cat all play tonight. I'd be interested if they give Brunson and Bridges the night off, or OG, or one of these guys. So we'll have to see here. But obviously, if anybody's out, guys in, that will shake up the lineup for the Knicks, and the usage rate for some of these guys will be up and down depending on who is actually playing. So let's go ahead and check out the PrizePicks board now. We're going to build out the best 5 or 6 flex slip that we possibly can, and we're going to be doing so using the Plus EV Props Optimizer here at upside.tools. And if you guys have seen my videos, you guys know I always use this tool to help find me the best value. And the whole purpose of this tool is to compare sportsbook lines and odds directly back to various DFS apps like PrizePicks that use fixed payouts. We have other DFS apps and sportsbooks for player prop betting, but Sleeper, Better, Dabble, Underdog, all of them. So what do I mean when I say fixed payouts? So PrizePicks, it doesn't matter if we're taking more or less on player projections. The only thing that actually matters are the amount of legs that we're adding inside of our slips. So it doesn't matter in a 2-man power, I get a 3 times payout. It doesn't matter if I'm taking Mikal Bridges more than 16.5 points or less, or Maxey more or less than points. My payout is always going to remain the same. I'm always going to get that 3 times payout. Yeah, you can use Demons and Goblins, which you guys shouldn't be using. But because they're a ripoff, just so you guys know, they are a ripoff. As long as you're not positively correlating, and it really doesn't happen in NBA because the correlation in NBA isn't really strong. But if you are doing things like correlating on NFL, NHL, soccer, PGA, you might see a payout shift. But when you're playing NBA, in most cases, if you're just using normal props, your payout's always going to remain the same. So because of this, we're able to build out and figure out on the back end using math what each individual odd for each individual leg inside each slip type is actually equivalent to. So when you're playing 2-man powers, each individual leg is equivalent to minus 136, minus 137 odds. So that means you need to find plays better than minus 137 odds over on PrizePicks when you're playing 2-man powers to have the best chance to profit long term. So that's why building out 5 and 6 flex slips using a tool like this is so advantageous, because we only need minus 119 odds in our 6 flex slips to profit long term on PrizePicks. So for instance, I'm going to use this tool to find the best plays. We're going to build out a 6 flex slip. We're going to start with Mikal Bridges over 3.5 assists. So I'm going to go back over to PrizePicks. I'm going to remove those guys. We're going to go here. We're going to search for Mikal Bridges, and his line actually got removed. And this is actually a really good example. Now, the reason it got removed, this was minus 130 on FanDuel, almost minus 150 odds over on DraftKings. So when it comes to player prop betting in the NBA, the 2 best books in terms of setting their lines and their odds associated with their lines are FanDuel and DraftKings. They are typically the 2 sharpest books. So whenever I'm looking at player props using the optimizer, I'm always checking to see what FanDuel and DraftKings are listing their odds. And again, we want anything better than minus 119. So this Mikal Bridges play did get removed. If I go ahead and refresh this, you guys will see that Mikal Bridges got removed because the value is no longer there. That 3.5 line is no longer. This thing updates every single second to ensure you are getting the best value. So if we move on, we're going to skip over DeAndre Hunter because it's only a 1-to-1 comparison with Fanatics. What we want, if we go to filters, is at least 2 sports books. The more book support, the more data, the better. And we're going to go ahead and say required sports books. We're going to add in FanDuel. So that means only player props that have odds from FanDuel will populate to the optimizer. So Luke Cornett, under 7.5 points, minus 138 on FanDuel, minus 126 on DraftKings, but heavily juiced on the under over on FanDuel. So we are going to start with Luke Cornett under 4.5 points. And then, guys, I'm just going to simply build down the line. Luke Cornett, under 7.5 points. We got Dyson Daniels, over 4.5 assists, minus 136 on FanDuel, minus 136 on DraftKings. So we'll add in Dyson Daniels, over 4.5 assists. Trae Young, under 17.5 points, no DraftKings line. And that would, I talked about positive correlation. Taking Dyson Daniels over 4.5 assists and then putting in Trae Young under 17.5 points doesn't really make sense. So we're not going to add that in. Jalen Johnson, under 10.5 rebounds. Again, doesn't really make sense. If Luke Cornett is having the opportunity to shoot more, that would mean that Jalen Johnson, we'd want to probably take his over rebounds. So we're going to skip over that. We're going to keep moving on down the list and see if we can find any more value. Derek White, under 3-pointers made, minus 132 on FanDuel, minus 139 on DraftKings. So we'll add that in. That's a really good play. Derek White, under 3-pointers made, 3.5. We have SGA, under 6.5 assists, minus 130 on both FanDuel and DraftKings. We have Kobe White, under 3-pointers made, minus 138 on FanDuel. So heavily juiced, minus 128 on DraftKings. I'm going to keep going down the line and see if I can see any discrepancies like this one. Okonkwo, under 11 rebounds and assists. I thought he was set to 10.5 on DraftKings, excuse me. I'm going to keep on going down, see if I see anything else where FanDuel is heavily juiced or where we have a crazy discrepancy. Not seeing anything. Okay, so we'll give this a quick refresh. We have our Dyson Daniel play. We have Luke Cornett. Let's go ahead and add in Kobe White, under 3-pointers made. Heavily juiced on the under over here on FanDuel. So we're going to go Kobe White, under threes made. Kobe White, under threes made. Any bad correlation? Nope. Let's add in, we're going to finish this off with SGA under assists of 6.5. Again, minus 130 on both FanDuel and DraftKings. So we'll go ahead and add this in. And then the last play is going to be Julius Randle over 3-pointers made. Minus 132 on FanDuel, minus 133 on DraftKings. Heavily juiced on Underdog as well. You guys can see the rest of the books and where they're actually listing their lines and odds. All of them a direct match to PrizePicks at 6.5. Underdog actually set one lower at 5.5. Same thing here with BetMGM. So good value here on SGA under 6.5 assists. We already added that. We were talking about Randle over 3-pointers made. Sorry, guys, it's early. Randle over 3-pointers made. Again, all of these direct match to PrizePicks. So all these sports books have this set to 1.5. Again, juiced on the over. Underdog minus 164. Like I mentioned, I confused that with SGA. It's actually minus 164 on the over 3-pointers made for Randle. So we'll add in Julius Randle over 3-pointers made. And guys, just like that, we built out a 6-flex PrizePicks slip trying to 25 times our money. We have Luke Cornett under 7.5 points. We got Dyson Daniels over 4.5 assists. We got Derek White under 3.5 3-pointers made. He's going to take 12. Hopefully he misses all of them. And I'm a Celtics fan. We got Kobe White under 2.5 3-pointers made. SGA under 6.5 assists. And then Julius Randle over 1.5 3-pointers made. Again, 25 times our money if we go 6 for 6. All I did was simply go down the plus EV props optimizer over at Upside.tools. If you guys want to check out and get signed up over at Upside, you can use code TJ and get TJYT and get 25% off your first purchase. I highly suggest checking out the tools over at Upside. We've got a game lines optimizer, a low hold tool, an arbitrage tool, an esports discrepancy tool, obviously the plus EV props optimizer for DFS apps. Doing a complete overhaul actually of the website's aesthetic today. So tomorrow's video, this thing's going to look a little more sleeker, a little more sexier. So I can't wait to show that off to you guys. But again, it really is as simple as that. Putting yourself in the best place to profit long-term over on PrizePicks by using the proper slip types and not falling for people's videos that are playing demons and goblins or 2-man powers with a goblin. Like, that shit is absolutely bananas. Please don't tail those. It's just it's all a sham. This is how you profit long-term. You utilize math, you utilize sportsbook lines and odds. They're $1 million models, which take into consideration last 5, last 10, injuries, minute limits, back-to-back, spreads, over-unders, everything under the sun is baked into these sportsbooks odds. So let them show you the best plays on PrizePicks. Take advantage. You guys will notice that whenever there is a really high play like that Mikal Bridges, it gets removed pretty quick. And you're not going to be able to find that manually. You need a tool like this to help show you the best value before it gets bumped or removed. And that's why I always say turn on that notification bell, because this slip that I built out, it probably isn't going to last very long. So hopefully if you watch this video, you guys can get things locked in. Now, I will say the Dyson Daniels play, we can see his assist line got bumped from 4.5 to 5. And that is because we were getting really good value on his over 4.5. So I didn't even get to finish the video before one of my plays got bumped. So we actually have to remove Dyson Daniels. We're going to go ahead and refresh. Dyson Daniels is no longer up, as you guys can see. And what we'll do is actually add in Trae Young under 17 points. So now, you guys saw it in real time. We have all the same plays that are the same. Luke Cornett under 7.5 points. Derek White under 3s. Kobe White under 3s. SGA under assists. Randle over 3-pointers made. And we added in Trae Young under points. So guys, that is going to do it for the video. This is the new 6-flex. Hopefully Trae Young stays under and Dyson Daniels doesn't go over and that doesn't screw us there. But if you did like this video, please go ahead and hit that like button. Let's 25 times our money. I love you guys. I'll see you on the next video tomorrow.